Sunday morning again, and Nathan and a good friend of mine and I have just come out to Cooper Lake up in Washington State. It's a really beautiful place. I'll include some footage a bit later of the actual lake, but the main emphasis on today's trip was just to try and come and sort of proof some new adaptations that we've been putting onto some of our stuff. And this is a standard 8x10 tarp, which I've basically come up with my own little situation that works for me. I'm a 6'4" guy, so I need, some room to get in and keep my head and feet covered. And putting the tarp sideways like this, it gives me the length and space to still stack some kit in here and my sleeping bag, etc., etc., and I'm comfortable. What I do is I basically loop the tarp round to itself, and I've added tiles down the length of it, so it forms basically a cradle, and there'll always be a lip here, so if there's any rain or anything, it's not going to get to me. This pad obviously is just really for protecting from the stones. This would still have to be sort of insulated with further covers. And both sides of the shelter I've cut panels which act as flap doors, and these you can just clip closed. This one actually plays into the peg on the bottom, so I can peg it, clip it, then it's closed up on the side. What's nice is both sides have open and closing flaps, so it just depends on which side you need to use for whatever reason. This side's going to be the closed side for today, and I've just used regular top clamps on here. So once again, all of this stuff is just carried on the outside of my pack. There's there's nothing extraneous here. These door panels were a bit of a fiddle to try and fit and get the size right, but that's something that can be easily modified. As I say, if anything, this is just a prototype. The back sits up. It basically forms a right-angled triangle. That's the idea of it. I say once again, the 8-10 pegs that I carry on my kit, this is where they all come into play, building this. So yeah, it's pretty, it's pretty, I wouldn't, it's not spacious in there, but I say this isn't, we're not trying to play Little House on the Prairie. This is just something to spend the night in, and I say the less air you've got around you, the better, I suppose. So. And I mean, as you can see, my feet are well inside here, and there's still a little bit of space around my head where I'd be able to put my pack to use as a pillow, or whatever. Let's say I'm well inside this. I'm not hanging out of it at all. And with the curl here, there's plenty of room for this to sort of expand and pull down with me moving without doing anything. The ridge line acts as a sort of shock absorber, so I can roll around in here without distorting anything. But yeah, that's it. As I say, what I've done here too is I've taped string onto the inside of the one panel, which then I just attach the floor to complete all of this. It's not the easiest thing to get out of, but, you're not going to be jumping in and out of this thing up all night. Okay.